You're listening to Distraction Therapy. Conversations and sound walks at a time of change. With me, Rob Watson. Hello, hang on a second. Hello, Rob Watson here. I'm just having a wander around Leicester for a little while, just to do some video and stuff. Hang on a second. I'm not sure if I've got the built-in mic on or the external mic that I've plugged in, but we'll see when I get back. So it's quite windy today. It's Monday the 23rd of August, and the sun's come out, so it's a little bit better than it has been. It's not particularly warm. I mean, it's not hot, but it's nice and pleasant actually. So I'm just on the DMU campus. That's the gateway, which is one of the old kind of ramparts of the kind of area of Leicester that was part of Leicester Castle, the kind of access into Leicester. There's various gates, ancient gateways. I could probably give you a tour, but I'm not very knowledgeable about these things. And I thought I'd walk through to where the Leicester Castle, what's called the Leicester Castle is, which is actually the remains of a castle, which is a mound. And behind me is the De Montfort University Business and Law Building. But in front of me, I'll turn the camera around in a second, if I can figure out how to do this. How do you... Let's try this button. This button? No, it doesn't do it with that. So, which way round? No, okay. Alright, well I'm recording, so I'm going to carry on recording while I can. So let's see. Let's see where I get to. But I wanted to. The reason I'm going to start doing this is one, it's a bit of fun. Two, it's something to do. And three, I've really got into watching walking tour videos on YouTube, and they're fascinating. They're people just walk around different cities, and they record in high definition a tour of a town, and there's loads of places that you can kind of virtually go to. One of the things I did over the lockdown was, because I wasn't going out and spending as much money in coffee shops, was to save some cash and bought a 50-inch screen TV. It's not as grand as it sounds, but it's a fairly basic set. But it does make a difference, and I'm now a convert to large screen televisions, which in the past I'd kind of always been a bit wary of. But what it does mean is it streams YouTube, and I've been able to jump onto these tours and kind of just sit back. And the interesting thing is kind of television. I've always associated YouTube with looking at a screen on a mobile device, or sitting on your laptop. So it's always that kind of lean forward frame of doing stuff, whereas actually this is now much more about sitting back and looking at the high definition colours. So yes, last night Yesterday evening I had a tour of Nice, where I've never been before, and I thought it'd be quite interesting to find out what all the fuss is about. And it's a lovely looking place, lots of cafes, lots of pastel colours, as is, you know, kind of suited to the region, and the you know, the kind of Mediterranean atmosphere, and a world of contrast from the weather we've had recently here in Leicester, which has been grey and miserable.
India. That's very useful. Yeah. That. Oh,
weather tone on. I literally thought I'm fine at home or paid I know, but alright then, love.
It was a bit coarse yesterday, but
Yeah, she's
Dito tayo nggak boleh ini. Before you get your bodyguard on me, that's good.
I don't know who Trey is. Trey is so when we were first time there was Ginger.
Mum said wait at the door. No, I'm not being used.
Yes, all right. Maybe not somebody over there.
Check out the website, which is run normally, skiphouse.co.uk or skatehouse.co.uk. Skatehouse. Check out the times and prices.
So doing some of these tours, and I'm going to do some kind of around Leicester and maybe even get out of Leicester and find some nice places to do a bit of a stroll in Leicestershire, which is much nicer. They've been quite, it's nice to see other people doing them, and there's no, the good ones, they don't have music, they don't have talking on them, they're just a stroll around a town, along a promenade, across a beach, through the nightlife, all sorts of places really, and they've been really fascinating. So I'm a bit annoyed that I'm not working out how to to reverse the camera. Let's have one more press of this button, see if it does anything. Doesn't seem to do anything. No, not while it's recording. The problem is I've only got my contact lenses in and I can't see a thing, and I'm using the camera facing one way. Normally there's a button that allows you, I don't want to switch the off button, but is there a button that allows you to, now it might not be the one I'm looking for. Anyway, that's St Mary de Castro's Church. I'll have to do it this way. That's St Mary de Castro's Church in the background. Oh, what have I done? There we go. I am still learning how to use this gimbal. I'm not very good at it. And then just behind me is the Trinity House building, which is where the De Montfort University senior staff live. And overlooking this way is the River Soar, and Castle. Oh, still keeps doing this, sorry, my fault. But we'll crack on and see what it does. But over here, if I go in this direction, then there's the Castle Gardens, and the River Soar, which is, and I was reading about this the other evening, one of the myths and legends of Great Britain and Ireland is King Lear. Again, it keeps collapsing on me, so why is it doing this? Probably unbalanced. Yeah, one of the great myths of Britain and Ireland is King Lear, and maybe I knew this and I'd forgotten about it, but King Lear is he is reputed or reported by Geoffrey of Monmouth to have. What is it? This is like kind of crucial information, and I'm losing it all.
Just don't get nervous. These are not your traits. So good that you came over here from there. So good that you came over here from there. 'Cause otherwise I'd be in despair.
Right, I'm not sure if I fixed it or not. If it collapses again, then I'll have to go and try something different at home. Struggling a little bit, but I've got to learn how to use this. So this is Castle Gardens below, which is excuse me, on the River Soar, or the Grand Union Canal. It kind of merges into one and the other, and the tributaries kind of run off. So where it's been straightened is what's called the I think it's not the Golden Mile, but there's a kind of stretch where it's been straightened out where people do rowing, the myth is, the legend is that King Lear founded Leicester back in mythological times and was buried here, and his tomb is under the River Soar. It's funny really, because Leicester doesn't really make much of this story, and yet it's another one of those. We make a lot of King Richard, but it's another one of those foundational myths that is kind of known across the world. The story, because of Shakespeare, the story of King Lear is widely known, and dividing up the kingdom. And was it Cordelia, his daughter, who was the one who wouldn't profess a kind of fake love for him, and that's kind of very apposite for our modern times, and the way we conduct business and politics and things like that. So it's so let's give you a little bit of a wander through Castle Gardens for a moment, and we'll walk up to the bridge. And I've done this on sound walks, and I'm going to take the audio from this and turn it into a sound walk. I've just walked through the Leicester city centre and shot some video and audio as I went through, and I'll be posting that up onto YouTube, as well as taking extracts of it for the Distracted Therapy podcast and radio programme that I do, which plays out on Sound Art Radio and Leicester Community Radio, and we'll see. So the sign here says this was the site of John of Gaunt's cellar, and again, John of Gaunt is a figure who's widely noted in the work of William Shakespeare. So this was a place where apparently there was a cellar that was identified with John of Gaunt. In the sun's come out. To get down these steps in one piece, I don't want to go falling down. And we'll have a look at the rocket. There's a series of these placed around Leicester at the moment. There's about 100 of them in various different places, and they've been decorated by groups of kids, different community groups. And this one should tell me what it's about. Let's see, it's back so you can see it. So this one's decorated by Anne-Marie Byrne, who's a local artist and knows a bit about wildlife. So let's walk over to the canal stroke river. And there is a sense that late August, and it's not been the best August. It's been pretty gloomy. It's been pretty grey and miserable, and this is the first afternoon that it's been the sun's broke out through the grey clouds, but as you can see, there is plenty of swans about. This is a swan in front of us, and there's a swan out on the river. They don't seem to notice how poor the weather has been. They seem okay to to keep themselves busy, as long as they're fed, I suppose, and it's not too cold for them. So Castle Gardens is quite a pleasant space. Last year during the lockdown, you got a lot of people who couldn't go to the pubs, so they'd be sitting here just on the other side of these shrubs. They would be having a drink, and I think eventually the police and the park wardens kind of moved them on. Whereas this year, this is what's known as Leicester Castle, the building behind these trees here, which actually was a courthouse, and now is used by the university for students to practice in a kind of mock courtroom environment, and they bring guests and visitors. This is the footbridge that was built a few years ago. It's kind of my well-trodden route into Leicester. And then let's have another look at some more of the swans. There's a few of them. So halls of residence, student halls of residence over on the other side. And then you do get a lot of swans kind of dotted about, and ducks. They're also quite placid and calm at the moment. It's always fascinating to follow them through the year and how they are. They have their young and they grow. And at the moment, they all look kind of maybe they've been up early, and this is their break time, and maybe later on in the evening they'll be out again, doing what ducks and swans do. So the river and the canal used to be, kind of quite an industrial area. This area on the other side of the bank was factory units and warehouses and goods yards for the Great Central Railway that used to stop in the centre of Leicester, and that kind of went in the 1960s, and it took another 20 or 30 years for it to be redeveloped. I'm not sure it's the most appealing design, but it's I suppose it's better than a few old goods yards. Let's walk over the bridge and then I'll wrap up. So on YouTube, I've discovered a tour guide in France, Vero in Paris, Veronica, and she's really good. And she had to walk around different neighbourhoods in Paris, and she's now living in Tours in the Loire Valley, about 100 kilometres away from Paris, and she does these amazing live Facebook tours, which she then posts onto YouTube. So I'm taking some inspiration from Vero to try and start to maybe do a little bit, maybe not live streaming. I'm not sure that there's that much worth, because we don't exactly have picturesque. Oops, let's see if I can rotate this around. Is this going to rotate, or is it going the other way? So there we go. I'm not really sure that there's that much that we want to see in terms of picturesque architecture in Leicester, but then again, maybe I take it for granted. And let's have a look at swan coming out from underneath the bridge. Okay, that's me done. Good practice. Let's keep these coming. Thank you.
also, as I said to Yorkshire, I said we three are Yorkshire.
Please use side entrance.
Excuse shadow channel, please. Excuse shadow channel, please. Excuse shadow channel, please. Excuse shadow, please.
Shotgun himself.
You've been listening to Distraction Therapy with me, Rob Watson. Find out more at robwatsonmedia.net or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at RobWMedia.